and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. This is part 9. Now you'll notice I only have 2 rupees left. There is a reason for this. Off screen I went and bought the boomerang. So now I've got a weapon that I can stagger the enemies with in this dungeon. This dungeon is particularly difficult compared to the others. To think the ruins were here the whole time. Watch out, watch a step Link, there may be many traps. So yeah, this is one of the more difficult dungeons in the game. The item itself that you get for this dungeon is not for combat, it's more for traversal. Another thing that makes this dungeon really complicated is there's multiple doors you can go in. There's one on the right, 2 in the middle, and 1 on the left. There's also a secret one once you can find an item that can dig through sand. Yeah, the item that you get for this dungeon is basically a shovel, but it's a cool shovel. Pull this lever and you get a kingstone piece. There's a kingstone piece on the left here. A lot of the enemies in this area are stealthoids. And there are a few puzzles which are literally pull the right switch and just see what happens. Otherwise, if you pull the wrong one, there's a booby trap. Bombs are very useful on these metal chew jellies. You can stun them and explode them. This dungeon also has a lot of floors as well. Yeah, I know the grass dungeon had more than 1 floor, and the fire dungeon also had more than 1 floor, but this dungeon takes it to another level of complexity. It is a real test of your observation skills and just figuring out where to go. So yeah, there's also a lot of copying panels, so you can use your new copying abilities. So you copy yourself here, and then you got to work your way. Oh dear, that's not right. This one's slightly annoying. You just got to line yourself up with the right panel combination, and also slide yourself through the door, and that's how you do that. You'll be very, very careful not to touch the clone against the wall, otherwise you won't make it through. So, now that you're small, you can now deactivate and reactivate this armoured knight. You may need to do this at several points in the game. Also, you can drop down between different floors whilst you're small. This is an important thing to remember, so you can access different areas of the dungeon and solve puzzles. Yeah, this. So our first key is get by pulling this switch. So now all we've got to do is jump down the hole. And go grab it. I am recording this video post-commentary. Geronimo! Because the original audio, I lost some of the game footage. Yeah, I actually recorded myself going back to town and getting the boomerang, but I lost the shopping bit where you get the boomerang, so I've just started post-commentating when we got back to the dungeon. So the episode is about 2 minutes shorter. Yeah, as you can see here, the boomerang is mostly a stun sort of weapon. It can kill things. Mostly can kill things like bats, and that's pretty much it as far as I can recall offhand. There might be some other things you can kill with it, but that's all I can think of right now. These things are really annoying. You see them in the swamp area beforehand, but just three arrows to the eye and they're dealt with. Here's your dungeon map. I hope you all enjoyed the previous videos I've been putting out lately. The Digimon Survive video was a little bit frustrating because of all the text, but I still had fun with it because I am a big Digimon fan. I'm gonna have to record some more videos with Halima. We haven't done any recording for a long while because we just needed a nice holiday break. So hope we can get back to doing some Simpsons Hit and Run, or maybe a insult simulator video, or perhaps something else. We're still deciding what to do and when to record. It has been really, really hot lately in the UK, and it's August. We're into like a random heat wave season in the UK at the moment, and to be honest, it's really pissing me off. I can't even sit in my bedroom and just chill out and play video games for a long time. I have to take breaks from the sauna that is my bedroom. It's just not. It's just unpleasant. Right. So this part of the dungeon, shrink the size and slide through this hole in the wall. Now all these copy panels, these will become very important in a moment. There's a puzzle here, so you can be very careful. And these holes, if you fall into them, you will lose health because you are small right now, and it'll be like a big fall if you are small. So right now, you don't need to be small for that room. So all you got to do is head to the right and head use these holes to pop up underneath the spiky logs and negotiate them and get out of their way. Right, so this puzzle, you've got to use the statues and the copy bricks, the copy panels, in order to have 4 things that you can, that are putting pressure on the switches. It's a little bit tricky, but there are multiple solutions to this puzzle, so there is no wrong or right way to do this. Whichever way you get this done, it is the correct answer. So, yeah. Let's see, what games have I been playing lately? I've almost finished Digimon Survive. I'm on chapter 10. So I'm having fun with it. It's a good game. I do recommend some experimentation with this puzzle. that is definitely a good idea. Experimentation is always your friend when it comes to block pushing puzzles. Just make sure you got everything lined up right and thought out correctly in your head. And you've got to be really gentle with the D-pad, otherwise you can lose your copy clone. I think I know what my mistake was here. I got the perspective mixed up of my game, so I got to just line up the statues a little bit better. Sometimes with isometric games, I can't always see what I'm doing, so it does take me 1 or 2 attempts just to line things up correctly. But mostly I do love isometric games. It is a great way of making a game look 3D without the technology to make things 3D. Because the Game Boy Advance was kind of limited like that. Okay, that's our second key. Right. Just got to negotiate these spiky logs of death again. And open this door. There. Now that big chest over there, that is a pain in the arse to get to. Remember that for later. I've recorded a few parts in advance of this dungeon in sort of just because I was going on holiday and I was going to edit them all together when I got back. I think that's why I lost some of the footage. I also had to upgrade my editing software because files weren't rendering correctly. So thankfully that's all fixed now. But sadly I lost some files and some footage when I was deleting some old files on my hard drive. But I did manage to salvage the remainder of the majority of this video. So, yeah. Seriously, all you missed was me just buying the boomerang from the shop and walking back to the dungeon. It was unnecessary padding for the video, to be brutally honest. So, yeah. A good tip for this dungeon is to sometimes save your game and restart the dungeon. Not restart the dungeon completely and lose all your keys and stuff, just restart from the entrance. That's a good tip. This dungeon does have warps, just like the other 2 dungeons, but it doesn't always help. So you may just need to save your game and go back to the beginning of the dungeon. This room is fantastic. If you keep going back in and out, you can always get 2 hearts. You can just recharge your health in the room below. It's really, really great. So we're gonna head up here now. This is just a really simple puzzle. Quite easy, just shoot the eyeball. Go. This is one of the first mini boss of the dungeon. It's, to be quite brutally honest, a joke. So yeah, really easy taken care of with the boomerang and the sword. It makes very short work of them. These lights, they drain your rupees. Not really much of a threat, but if you manage to kill them, you can score a big reward. They do come in different strengths and colours. Example, there's this red one, which will give you 20 rupees if you manage to kill it. It will drain more rupees than it gets you. There is also a light that can steal your shield, which you'll get your shield back afterwards. The one that steals your shield is definitely the most dangerous, but they're not too much of a threat. Right. We're near the top of the tower now. We're gonna have to go back down. This part is slightly annoying. You've got to hit all the eyeballs in order to progress. So make sure you come to this dungeon with plenty of arrows. There are plenty of arrows which you can collect. So there's no big danger of running out. Okay, first door open. Right. This isn't too difficult. You've got to align yourself with the right copy panels. I have been doing some research. Oh dear, booby trap. I have been doing some research on the Mega Drive Mini 2. It's now coming to America. So, you know, things are starting to fall into place for the Mega Drive Mini 2. I'm hoping we get an English release. I'm just hoping that Snatcher is released on it, along with some other good games. And then I'll probably end up buying one. If it's only released in America, I'm pretty sure it'll work on my telly anyway, because it's a USB sort of console. And I don't think regions matter with those sort of things. So, yeah. Other games besides Snatcher that I would like to play on it. I wouldn't mind having the Sega CD version of both the Luna games. I already have Luna 1 on the Game Boy Advance and PSP, but it would be nice to have Luna 2 as well. Luna 2 is not exactly a sequel to the first Luna game, but it is. It does look like a really good game, and it looks pretty similar to the first one in terms of gameplay, but obviously a completely different story. Oh dear. See what I mean? You've got to be really careful with those clones. Okay, push. Straight forward. Now this is one bit where I got very confused on how to actually progress forward. So you get to see me fumbling around here and trying to figure things out and just really use my head. This is a nice quick shortcut back down to the bottom. And here I'm showing off how you can get Infinite Hearts from this room. Very, very helpful. A lot of newer Zelda games, you can't perform this sort of trick anymore. But thankfully, because of this way this game is programmed, you can just exploit this to your heart's content. Right. Let's see, other topics I can talk about. I have been thinking about recording some more DBT Gamer specials, both on my own and with friends. I'm thinking about doing one on possibly one of the Mega Man Battle Network games, just to celebrate the finally release of Mega Man Battle Network Collection being announced. Because, yeah, finally Capcom is decided to re-release the Mega Man Battle Network Hexology, which I think the word hex means 6. So yeah, we're getting all 6 Battle Network games on one giant collection early next year, which is good because the Wii U eShop is closing down soon. So getting hold of those games for cheap is near nigh impossible these days. Damn it! So the fact that they're giving us this nice collection so we can get a hold of them all and have them portable and on the TV is just great. Some fans are complaining that certain games aren't going to be on the collection. No Battle Chip Challenge, no network transmission, no game from the WonderSwan. My views on these missing games, I'm not too bothered. Most I want of Battle Networks 1 through 6. Network transmission, I have played it, but didn't really enjoy it too much. Pull this, I'm not sure another key. Yeah, I played Network Transmission on the GameCube. I'm not the biggest fan of the Mega Man Battle Network 2D side-scrolling. I'm not really a fan of... Okay, fall through, grab your key. I'm not really the biggest fan of the Mega Man 2D side-scrolling platformer classical games of old. I like my Mega Man games to be RPGs with real characters and lots of depth and action battles and all that good stuff. That's how I like my Mega Man. You know, I'm a Star Force player, I'm a Battle Network player. They're the two Mega Man style games that I enjoy and really like. Yes, I can play a 2D side-scrolling platformer, but I will get much more out of a actual RPG. Oh dear. Right, this is an enemy that pops up lots of times in the game. It's a Dark Nut. They all often pop up in different flavours and different ranks, and they have a lot more health and different moves, and they're a real tussle to take down. You can use bombs to damage and stun them, like I did there. That's sometimes a cheap get out of jail free card, but right now we only got 10 bombs, so use that strategy sparingly. That unlocks our first warp. This can be helpful if you just want to go back to the entrance and just rethink and rework your steps. Flip the switch, open the door. Avoid the blades of death. And make a left. And head all the way to the right on this upper path. Now, this will become important later on. If you see these 3 squares on the floor, there's a little hint, so there's a secret door behind this. You've got to really open your eyes in this dungeon. This is where you get your mole mix. This is a shovel. It's not an offensive item at all. It's just literally for digging around through soft sand and also finding treasure. Here's 100 rupees. This dungeon has a lot of treasure. This is why you want to come to this dungeon with basically no rupees left in your wallet, so you can claim all your loot. So I recommend going on a shopping trip, picking up the boomerang before this dungeon, and just coming back completely empty so you can just pick up as much as you can. There are some ward upgrades in this game. In later parts, I will be showing off at least 2 of those once I've got the videos edited together. I've got about 4 more videos on the backlog that I can just throw to you quite easily, thankfully. Whoops. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. You've got to be really quick, otherwise you get a 40 oblivion. Alright, head up here. And you'll notice we're in the... We're back here again. A lot of this dungeon, when I've been playing through it, I haven't taken the most speedrunner sort of route. I've just taken the best route I can. I showed off a lot of my head, you know, trying to figure out and solve these puzzles. Because, bottom line, this dungeon, you're gonna get lost. This dungeon, I do like. It's just really confusing and difficult to get your head around. If you played the indie game called Blossom Tales, it's a 2D Zelda style game. The boss of this dungeon in Minish Cap was referenced in Blossom Tales. Aesthetics wise. This key door is the bane of my existence for this entire dungeon because it took me a very long time to find the key. which was really annoying and, to be honest, frustrating. So, yeah. So, I'm going to have to backtrack until I can find the right key. There is a lot of chests in this dungeon which will just give you rupees, kingstone pieces, and other helpful items, but not the key that you want. There's a lot of, I suppose you could say, red herrings. You can go, here's your kingstone. You can go for the dungeon and just do process of elimination until you find what you want, but it can be frustrating. Just do your best to work things out and have patience, and eventually you will prevail. Or look up online, whichever is better for your sanity. Okay. So, yeah, now I've got the moments I can solve this puzzle. So let's see what this yields. It's a small chest, so I'm not getting my hopes up too high. Okay, another kingstone piece. See what I mean? This is the great place to grind kingstone pieces for later in the game. Here on in, kingstones become a lot more important, and I do mean a lot more important. This is the boss door. But if you push this brick, it gives you a nice warp to the boss door, which can be very useful later on. Quite often in this dungeon, you'll unlock a lot of things that you don't need right now, but you'll need them later. But eventually, all the pieces do click together. Over here, there's a nice big rupee. And here's a heart piece that taunts you for the entire dungeon. You can get it. Thank goodness you don't have to backtrack from a later dungeon where you got a right item. This is gettable now. All you gotta do is figure out this giant tower puzzle that this dungeon is. Over here, through a kingstone piece. Okay, I've missed something off to the left here. Oh dear. Okay, got some whiz robes here. These aren't too much a problem. The fireballs coming out of the lanterns are more dangerous. Here's some more seashells. Whiz robes do become more dangerous later in the dungeon when they've got more health and there's more of them. If there's like 4 of them in a room with you, you can be seriously outnumbered. But 2 against 1, it's not too difficult. I believe you can also stun them with the boomerang. Right, I'm almost ready to wrap this video up. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe. And hopefully next time we can solve more of the Fortress of Winds and progress more through this dungeon.